Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Have you ever seen this grammatical structure, had better? Where do we use it? Why do we use it? And how do we use it? What is the difference between had better and should? Why do we have to use this structure? In today's video, I'm going to be focusing your attention on the answers to all these questions. So let's get started. But before we do so, please like this video in support of my YouTube channel. I've got a small YouTube channel, so make sure you like this video in support of the channel and its growth. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet and leave some positive comments down below as well. Let's get started. We use the structure of had better to say that it is better for someone to do something, or in order to give someone advice on something, or in order to tell someone that it's a good idea to do something, or it is better for them to do something. Keep in mind that we use had better to talk about what is better for someone to do in the present. So had better is not talking about the past. It is talking about the present. I know. You might see had in this structure and say, okay, there is a had in this structure, so why is it not talking about the past? Why is it talking about the present? Well, the grammatical response to this question is had better is used to talk about what is better for someone to do in the present, or what someone should do in the present, to give someone present advice on what they should do. So subject plus had better plus do something. And the other important point that you got to take account of when it comes to using had better is after this structure, you should use bare infinitives. What are bare infinitives? These simple forms of verbs without to, without ed, and without ing. Someone had better do something. So you don't use to after had better. Let me provide you with a couple of examples. You'd better improve your English. You'd better improve your English. You'd better improve your English, which means it is better for you to improve your English, or you should improve your English. Another example. I think you better upgrade your car. I think you'd better upgrade your car. I think you'd better upgrade your car, which means I think it is better to upgrade your car, or it's a good idea to upgrade your car, or I think you should upgrade your car. Children had better listen to their parents. Children had better listen to their parents, which means it is better for children to listen to their parents, or children should listen to their parents. So children had better listen to their parents. What do you think I'd better do? 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 Which means what do you think is better for me to do, or what do you think I should do? Now let's talk about the difference between should and had better. When we use had better to give someone advice on something, we're talking about a more urgent advice than when we use should to give people advice on something. In other words, when we use had better, we're expressing the idea that someone should urgently do something, or it is better for someone to do something urgently. So the difference between should and had better is a difference of urgency. I mean, the advice given to someone on something is actually more urgent when we express it by using had better than when we say it or express it by using should. So this is the first difference between had better and should. You'd better go. You'd better go, which means it is better for you to go. And there's a strong advice that you should go. So my advice, my strong advice is you should go. You need to go urgently. So the advice here expressed by had better is actually more urgent than the advice given by using the structure of should. So when I say you'd better go, it means there is urgent advice that you should go. But when I say you should go, there is no urgent advice, and it means it's up to you. You can go, you can, decide not to go, but it is better for you to go. But when we use had better and say, you'd better go, it means there is urgent advice that you should go, or it is urgently better for you to go. When we want to form questions by using had better, what we do is put WH question words at the beginning of our questions, followed by had, followed by subjects like you, we, they, I, Alex, Peter, David, followed by better, followed by bare infinitives. So WH plus had plus subjects plus better plus bare infinitives. Let me provide you with a couple of examples. What had I better do in my life? 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 Which means, what is better for me to do in my life? Or what should I do in my life? Where had she better travel in this season? Where had she better travel in this season? Where had she better travel in this season? Which means, where do you think is better for her to travel in this season? Or where do you think she should travel in this season? What had we better focus on more in this situation? What had we better focus on more in this situation? What had we better focus on more in this situation? Which means, what do you think we'd better focus on more in this situation? Or what do you think we should focus on more in this situation? Or what do you think is better to be focused on more in this situation? The other important point about the structure of had better that you need to keep in mind and take into consideration when it comes to using it is when we want to make this structure negative, we don't say hadn't, like had better do something, hadn't better do something. We don't use the negative form of had. We don't say hadn't better. So we say you'd better not do something. So you'd better do something, the positive form. The negative form is you'd better not do something. So the negative form is not hadn't better do something. That's wrong. So we say you'd better not do something. Examples. You'd better not think about her. You'd better not think about her. You'd better not think about her, which means you shouldn't think about her. It is better for you not to think about her. What do you think I'd better not do? What do you think I'd better not do? What do you think I'd better not do? Which means, what do you think is better for me not to do? Or what do you think I shouldn't do? What do you think I better not do? She'd better not talk to her family about it. She'd better not talk to her family about it. She'd better not talk to her family about it. Which means, she should not talk to her family about it. It is better for her not to talk to her family about it. Right? So she'd better not talk to her family about it. So you'd better do something. The negative form is you'd better not do something. When using the negative form, keep in mind that you're not allowed to use to. You should use bare infinitives. You should put not before bare infinitives, or you should put not before these simple forms of verbs without to, without ed, and without ing. Someone had better do something. Someone had better not do something. I'd better go, I'd better not go. She'd better buy that car, she'd better not buy that car. Alright guys, that's about all. So this is all about the structure of had better that you were supposed to learn in today's video. Now what I kindly want you to do is like this video in support of this small YouTube channel to help it grow and get exposed to a larger number of people. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet and leave some positive comments down below as well. I'll be back soon.